Welcome back. Now, if you were one of the Facebook users who lined up to buy shares when the company launched on the stock market, chances are you're a little upset. The shares launched at $38 each, and they're now worth about $32. Anger, bad headlines, and even lawsuits have been flying around ever since. But do Facebook's users mind? There are 850 million Facebookers around the world. One of them, Ellie Herneman, is here with us. She uses Facebook in her personal life and for work to promote her corporate clients at the PR company Truffle. We're also joined by the writer Shiv Malik, who destroyed his Facebook profile in protest when the company floated. Why?
Well, essentially, I mean, I'm not a Facebook native as such. I mean, I went to university just before it was invented. However, I didn't want to be an info slave anymore. I mean, there's lots of things on the internet which, you know, turn you into an info serf, things like sort of Google and Twitter. They collect data about you. But Facebook seems to me especially egregious. We're sort of turned into these sort of factories of production.
But why did the flotation particularly offend you?
Well, the flotation sort of offended me. I mean, it was the last step in many sort of bad steps, if you want. And to see, in a sense, this $100 billion value created out of people's sort of shared dreams and hopes and discussions and pictures, that to me seemed sort of the step too far, in effect. I didn't want to make Mark Zuckerberg any richer, really. And
do you think the fact that a lot of people will have lost money is going to actually damage Facebook?
Well, I think it probably will damage Facebook in some respects, but, you know, I think to the ordinary users, they don't really care because they don't really pay for this. They're not consumers for this. So, and I think that's really the difference. They are the people, in a sense, who are, they're the laborers, if you want. That's the difference between Facebook and I think and other things. You know, it's not like a telephone.
Ellie Herneman, are you at all cross about what's happened?
I'm not cross at all.
Mark Zuckerberg's made a killing and now the share price has fallen?
Not at all. I mean, I'm all for him making even more money than he already has. It doesn't matter. I actually don't know why you're so offended by him making a killing, etc. You know, Facebook provides a platform for people to socialise with each other, and if someone's going to do well from it and make some money from it, then fine, it's a great idea.
But they've made a huge amount of money, some of them who sold their shares very quickly, at the expense of some of their fans and staff and general Facebook users.
Business is business.
Is that not going to send a message out about the kind of business Facebook is?
I mean, why should we care so much about what they're doing unless they're actually harming us in some way? How does it really harm you?
Shiv Malik?
Well, I think, you see, so when you use a telephone, in a sense, you know, you're the consumer of this, right? So it's a tool of communication, right? But when I communicate with you, pick up the phone and talk to you, that communication still remains private to me, in a sense. I own that still, because I consume this. With Facebook, when we talk, someone else owns all of that other stuff, right? So someone's basically capitalizing, literally capitalizing.
Google.
Yeah,
but
well,
you're
arguing
an old argument here. I mean, this is an argument you've already lost.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Hundreds of millions of people.
Do you sign up for newsletters?
The question is, does this share flotation make a big difference?
Well, it's partly the realization of all of this profit. Now, I don't have a problem with Mark Zuckerberg creating a company that makes not just lots of money, but creates value in the world. I'm all for that.
But in a sense, jealous.
No, I'm definitely not jealous. I mean, let's be honest, if we all had 20 billion...
Really?
No, if we all had 20 billion, we'd all be somewhat happier, I'm sure, in some respects. But, you know, but I don't want to wear hoodies all day long. But I tell you what really troubles me is that it's being traded now on Wall Street. First of all, these people who are buying shares, they don't have voting rights. So actually, it's simply exchanging value to try and increase their wealth. They don't have any responsibility for the company. You know, it's still Mark Zuckerberg with his hoodie going in there, and they've still got total control of the company in many respects, or at least over 50% of it. And then that, for me, just shows a problem. It really highlights exactly what's going on. So I said, when Facebook said it would list itself, that I would come off, and on the day, I took myself off. I tried to delete my thing, but actually that turns out to be quite a difficult thing to do.
Well, Shiv Malik and Ellie Herneman, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Kathy.
Thanks, Krish.